Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a mid-year journal check-in and also a journal ecosystem. All of the planners, journals, and memory keeping notebooks I have for this year, and we're just going to talk about my daily uses, and we're going to just do a whole little debrief on everything that I'm using and have been using for the first half of the year. So let's go ahead and get started. We are first going to start here with the current planners and like functional planners in my lineup for this year. So we have my pocket notebook, we have my A6 planner companion, my brain dump notebook, and then my main planner. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into big main planner first. So this is my B6 Sterling, and I just want to say I have not been so happy in a planner. Even in the times that I did think that I was wanting to planner hop, I was still able to come back into this planner and find ways to make this planner work for me. And really, I can attest that to the flexibility and structure that this planner has. For me, I really think it's having the structure of like the monthly and weekly spreads. That's what really has kept me in here, and that's really why I haven't moved out of it as well. And also in these daily pages, even though it is a functional planner, sometimes in the daily pages I like to do a little bit of journaling, or even I like to add photos to my spreads. And I think that's what keeps me coming back in here, is because I'm still able to find ways to journal and still functionally plan in here. So this is my big beefy planner. I talk about her all the time. She is the main one. I love her so much, and I don't plan on planner hopping out of here for later half of the year. If I've gone this strong already halfway through the year, I think I could finish out the end of this year in here. So yeah, that's my big main planner. That's where everything goes. When I'm talking everything, I mean everything. Anything functional planning wise, it's going to be in here. And then next we have my A6 common planner. This is my companion planner. Whatever notes don't fit in here, keyword notes wise, because I am using these pages as daily pages, I don't have room to do spreads like this anymore. That is what's going to be going in here. I've already started taking notes in here, so these are my plans for 2026 planners and like my journal lineup and everything. And I got this to try out the A6 size, and it was on sale, and I'm just learning how much I love flexibility in planners, because if you guys watch this planner unboxing, how I'm using it, I really can just change up the weekly spreads to anything I want. One week I could have a financial planner, another week I could have a meal tracker, a fitness tracker, the next week could be content planning. It really doesn't matter, and I just love flexibility in planners. It's something that I've just been learning and loving. So that is my A6 companion planner, is what I like to call it. So these two really just go hand in hand with each other. Next, we have my mini happy planner, and this is my brain dump notebook. I haven't been reaching for this since I've added my A6 to the lineup, and since I've added the daily pages for my B6. I still use this brain dump notebook from time to time, just not as much as I did in the first quarter of the year. But she's still here and I still use her, just not as much anymore. The final one, my niece was writing on this, so that's why it is written on. But this is my little pocket notebook, the notebook I just have in my purse just to have paper and pen. And I haven't been using it consistently, but I do like to have it in my bag. Here, I was just doing some bullet points of what we wanted to do for Hawaii. And yeah, it was just nice to just have paper and pen and just write things down and have fun in here. And I write to buy lists in here and everything. So yeah, I don't use her a lot, but when I do have her, I'm so glad that I do have her in my bag. Just on the go brain dump. So that is all the planners I have for my mid-year journal check-in, and I'm going strong in all of them. And they have been working out really well for me this first half of the year. And I think they are going to continue to work well for the later half of the year. Next, moving on to my journals that I have in my collection, we have my B6 Leuchtturm. This is my journal, my manifestation journal. This is A5, and then this is my scrapbook junk journal in just a regular 8.5 by 11 notebook size. This journal is really where I just like to yap. Like whether I need to work out some big feelings, talk to myself, or reflect on something, this is a place where I like to come in here and do that. And I really love how everything is just all in one place, and I could really just take it, go, and journal. We have my pen with the pen loop. Back here we have stickers with the pocket, and yeah, I really love this journal. So in here, basically I have the index and to see how many pages I've used to journal. This is really just helps me look for the average of how many pages I use to journal per month, so that I know when I'm going to finish this journal. So for me, it's around 12 pages per month. That's the average. That just lets me know that I won't be able to finish the year in here, and I probably will finish around November or October. When I do finish this journal, I'm just going to finish using the notes pages in my A6 companion planner. Also, my big pen, which you guys saw in my Q1 video, it ran out of ink, so I've currently been using the Right Tech Gel Up in the 0.5 in blue, and I've really been enjoying it, and it might be one of my fave pens for journaling. So yeah, this is now in the rotation for one of my favorite pens to journal along with my Bic ballpoint pen. I really love the setup and how I can just grab and go and journal and not have to worry about taking anything else because it's all in here. Next is my manifestation journal. This is a new journal that I've recently added and started in May. Something very specific, making sure that this journal just wasn't for the year, but for however long I need it and up until I finish this journal. This manifestation journal really has helped me journal in a more positive way, since sometimes in here it could get a little heavy and, you know, just daily things that are on my mind. So this kind of just helps thinking of life in a bigger picture and bigger goals I want for myself, and it really just helps me build a pathway to achieving those goals and that vision I have for my life. So to help me along, I've come in here with like these prompts on the side to really help me clarify that vision. So step 1, defining the vision and like really getting clearer. And then step 2 was visualizing mentality switch, a thing that I want. This just really helps getting clear with visualizing, and then also knowing the purpose of why I'm doing this and the intentionality behind what I want to put out there and what I want to happen. And then also if that vision perhaps may need a strategy to get there, something more specific. This really helps me clarify that. And then part 5 is the review, which is the 6-month progress reflection. I have not been in this journal long enough to do this yet, so I don't know if I will use this last section or not. But yeah, I've really been loving this journal, and I've had it in my collection for a little bit and didn't know what to use it for, and the Follow Your Heart really just was perfect for a little manifestation journal. And I have a long way to go in here, so I'm really excited to have her new to the collection for however long. And finally is my memory keeping and junk journal scrapbook. I love scrapbooking and I love junk journaling, do not get me wrong. But recently I feel like I've kind of just lost a spark recently. Felt more like a chore than fun. And I know later down the line that I'm going to be so grateful that I pushed through at least until the end of this year. However, I've just kind of been thinking and trying to reimagine the way that I memory keep and the way I have physical copies of my own memories, and how I can still have fun but just make it a little bit more simplified. So I'm starting to really ponder on some new things that I want to work on for memory keeping for next year. I know I love having personal scrapbooks and I love looking through them. I flip through them almost daily. There's just something so personal about having a tangible book to hold and looking through all of your photos. I've also been feeling like I've been getting a little overwhelmed with junk journaling and scrapbooking within the same book. So I think for next year I will definitely be separating the two, or even taking a break from junk journaling, just because I feel like you could see with this spread, I've just been just writing it down and throwing down pictures versus a little bit more of a more intricate spread with intentionality behind it. And I really feel like that's just due to being older and having more responsibilities and really not enough time to really spend hours journaling. So I'm trying to find a way where I could just do it like maybe just on the weekends or when I have little slivers of time, and not knowing that I'm going to be sitting here for the next 5-6 hours just straight journaling. And yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions of different ways and smaller ways I could be capturing memories, then let me know. I've also thought about journaling in buying a specific planner like Sterling or Hobonichi to put memories in, but that will get very, very chunky. And I think if I did want to do a little bit of writing in there, I would get a little bit annoyed with how chunky it would be, but maybe I might give it a try. So we'll just see what happens with her. I'm still going to finish out the year in here just because I added the end. So I really want to get as far as I can to finishing this so that this just has a nice ending to the year, and then I could think of something during the winter to start up for next year. But yeah, overall, other than my memory keeping and like feeling a little unmotivated, uninspired, I have been loving looking at all the ways that these journals somehow hold memories. And at the end of the day, that is what's most special to me. I mean, I love stationery, I love writing, I love planners, I love all this. So at the end of the day, I'm still having fun somewhere within this ecosystem. It might not be in here, but it might be in my planner. And who knows, maybe it might be in my pocket notebook if I have one for next year. I just love how with the planners that you have, you see the evolution in yourself and things that you liked and things that you didn't like, things that were working out for you and some things that maybe weren't. So I really love just seeing how journals and the notebooks that you're using do tell a story. So that is all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed taking a look into looking at these journals that I have been using daily. Yeah, overall, these are probably what I might finish out the year in. They might not be. We'll see what happens for the end of the year check-in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.